What's up, guys? This is Cole with the Branford Exchange. Today we're going to be breaking down how do you identify when a stock is uptrending, which is important. I mean, especially if you're going to go long on a position, you're buying in hoping that the price is increasing. It's important to be able to determine when to get in and when to get out, and that's where being able to determine if the stock is uptrending or downtrending is going to be important for you. So right now we're looking at Tesla. It's just an easy example for me. So basically you determine if the stock is uptrending or downtrending mainly by looking at where the stock is in reference to the EMA and also the SMA. So in this example, in this portion, well, actually, I'm not going to do it like that. Let's break it down in here. And of course, we have our support and our resistance line drawn already. You guys have already learned how to do that from a previous video. If you haven't seen it, then go back and watch our video on how to determine support and resistance. So basically, you see here, we're going to start off here. This is where, I mean, Tesla had beaten earnings recently. So you're seeing a big fluctuation upwards in their price, and that's due mostly to that earnings call. They beat earnings. Tesla is finally profitable after a lot of quarters and I'm obviously a huge fan of Tesla. I'm a fan of Elon Musk. I definitely look up to him, so I'm happy to see that the company at least was profitable this quarter. That's good for Tesla. That's cool. So we're going to use them as an example, though. But basically, you see here how we have a support line drawn down here at $251. It got pretty close to that resistance, and then it had beaten earnings. So the stock had stopped downtrending because this blue line here is our EMA, or our exponential moving average. If the candlesticks are moving underneath of that EMA, then that means that the stock, like you see over here, you see these red candlesticks, and they're moving underneath of that blue line, which is the EMA. That means that the stock is downtrending, and that EMA can also act as support and resistance. So as you can see down here, it bounced off the resistance down, or the support down here at $251, and it started to head back up towards that EMA. But the momentum of the price, or of the stock, was not enough to break through the EMA, so it continued to bounce off that EMA and downtrend until it could finally break that pattern and start to uptrend again when the price finally broke above the EMA and continued to go up until it hit resistance there at about $277. It got a little bit above that, but I mean, ultimately that resistance was too strong for the stock to break through, so it had broke down and continued to downtrend. And then Tesla beat earnings, and the price continued to uptrend again. And this time it was definitely strong enough to break through that old resistance and make it a new support. But at the same time, its candlesticks are now trending above the EMA, which means that is an uptrending stock. That is what you want to see when you're looking to go long or to buy into a position. Is you want to see that the candlesticks are trending above the EMA, and preferably the SMA as well, which is that yellow gold line right there. Now, the best case scenario, because sometimes you'll see the stock can be uptrending, but it can be uptrending, or the shares can be trending, or the price, sorry, not the shares, the price can be trending above the EMA, and not at the SMA. Sometimes it's not, they're not operating in congruency. So the stock was uptrending above the EMA here, but not uptrending above the SMA. So that was also another thing that could have acted as resistance, because the stock could not break above both the resistance at 277 and also not the resistance of the SMA. So it continued to downtrend there and broke pattern. But then once it had broke pattern again, it rose both above the EMA and the SMA. So that's like double support right there. That's a really good time to get into a stock if you can catch it when the price breaks above both the EMA and the SMA at the same time, and the EMA crosses over the SMA, as you saw it did there. But because before the EMA was trending down below the SMA, now it's trending above the SMA, meaning that stock is most definitely uptrending. And one thing that you want to look for, and that's important when you're looking to get into a position, is that you want to see confirmation that it's uptrending, because just one green candlestick above the EMA does not necessarily mean that the stock is uptrending once and for all. You want to we like to look for confirmation, meaning that after it breaks above the EMA, you want to see it pull back at least one time, which it did in here. You see it broke above EMA and SMA, and it had trended up, and then it finally had hit a red candlestick, and it pulled back to about where the EMA was. And then after that, it had bounced off the EMA because, like I said, that acts as support, and it continued to trend back up. So that's a good thing to see, because that confirms to you that the stock is indeed uptrending, and it's not just tricking you. The price didn't just break above the EMA for a quick second, and then it's gonna downtrend it once again. You want to wait for that confirmation. Usually, two green candlesticks and one red candlestick above the EMA, and you're able to confirm that that is now an uptrending stock. Basically all there is to it. I mean, you definitely want to be able to understand what an uptrending stock looks like and what a downtrending stock looks like. So right here, this was downtrending because the candlesticks are red and they're trending below the EMA, which means that the stock is heading downwards and looking for support so that it can bounce off that support and hopefully break pattern and trend back up once again after it consolidates. And then that's what you saw happen here. It was downtrending, and started to consolidate when it found support, but also it was fighting against the EMA. So it started to consolidate there until it finally broke pattern again and broke above that EMA. And that's what you're waiting for. You want to find you want to get in at the point where it's near support and that it's breaking above the EMA. But once again, you want to wait for that confirmation. You want to see a couple green candlesticks. You want to see a red candlestick to make sure it pulls back and is able to bounce off that EMA and confirm to you that that stock is uptrending. And at that point, that would be a good buy time to get into that stock. Of course, the other things to look at are your RSI and your MACD. In this case, Tesla is more on the overbought side. You want it to be more on the oversold side, which is down here closer to 30 on your RSI, where it's highlighted blue down here. That would be a better buy time for Tesla. I mean, right now it's been uptrending for a while, and it's starting to near another resistance, and its MACD is pointing downward, which is something that you don't want to see. If we come in here to where the stock had broke out, when it got its earnings call, you can see that the MACD also was starting to point up. That's also something that you want to see when you're looking for an uptrending stock. You want to see the MACD pointing upwards and not downwards, because that also determines the direction of the price. And you want to see the RSI is going to be more on the oversold side than the overbought side, because when it's overbought, it's more likely that the stock is going to dump soon, rather than when it's undersold. It's more likely that that's a better deal for you to buy in at. But that's basically all. That's how you determine if it's uptrending or downtrending. Obviously, it's just, you want to look at that EMA, you want to look at that SMA, and you want to look at your support and resistance and your MACD. It's really that simple, though. I hope this has been helpful to some of you at least. If it is, subscribe and like, and all of our links are going to be in the description for our social medias and our Discord. Be sure to join the Discord chat if you haven't done that already. And that's about it. Oh, and if you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments. We'll definitely get back to you on that. If there's anything that you're not understanding or you just have a different question, we're happy to answer all that here. So yeah, but that's about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.